A Leprechaun in Madrid by Vallely. Leon, a little Spanish boy, was on holidays with his nana in Ireland. It rained a lot, but Leon didn't mind because after it stopped raining, there were usually rainbows in the sky, which were pretty and colourful. Nana's garden was big, and Leon liked to explore it, looking for things. On the last day of his holidays, he saw some mushrooms in the grass and ran towards them, thinking they were lollipops, as their thin stalks looked like the sticks that lollipops have. Running towards them, he shouted excitedly to his aunt, who was also calling him. "Look, Auntie Elisa, there are lollipops in the grass." "Look, Leon, a rainbow in the sky." Leon kept running towards the mushrooms. His aunt was worried and screamed at him to stop. He had already bent and picked one of the mushrooms that he thought were lollipops and put it in his mouth. He turned and asked his Aunt Elisa if she would like one, but she shook her head. She was frightened because they were pookies, fairy mushrooms. "Do you want a lollipop, Auntie?" "Pooh, Leon, pooh. They're not lollipops. They're pookies, magic fairy mushrooms." After Leon had eaten the pookie, everything changed before his eyes. Nana's garden became a beautiful, sparkling, magical place. A tiny boy, as small as a bird, was looking up at Leon. He spoke and said his name was Sean, and that he was a leprechaun. "How you, Leon? My name's Sean, and only you can see me." "You're tiny, Sean." After Leon told the leprechaun he was small, Sean held up 4 fingers to show he was 4 years old. This surprised Leon, who held up 3 fingers, as he was only 3. However, he knew he would soon be 4, and invited the leprechaun to his birthday party in Madrid to see him blow out the 4 candles. While they were talking, Leon noticed a house shaped like a mushroom. There was pink smoke coming out of the chimney. It was behind Sean's back. 4. "I'm only 3 years old, but I'll soon be 4. Do you want to come to my birthday party?" "I'm not small. I'm a leprechaun, and I'm 4 years old." It was the leprechaun's house, and Sean's family was inside. They called out to his mother and father. They came out with his sister Aisling and the baby that the mother was holding in her arms. They were delighted that Sean had a new friend and that he was going to Leon's birthday party. They happily helped him pack his backpack for the trip to Madrid. Sean's father was a shoemaker, like most leprechauns are. He had a needle and a last on which to make and mend shoes. He had made Sean's backpack on the last with leaves he stitched together. The straps were made of thin ivy branches. The backpack was big enough for the mammy leprechaun to pack all the clothes Sean needed, and for his favourite pyjamas too. Then Aisling put Rua, the fluffy toy fox Sean slept with, in as well. While they were busy packing, Sean hurried to the end of the rainbow. All leprechauns keep their crocks of gold at the end of the rainbow, and Sean wanted to get his for his trip to Madrid. The trip to Dublin in the car was a big adventure for Sean. He sat on Leon's shoulder, and they looked out the window at the trees, bushes, cows and sheep in the fields, and squeaked with delight at all they saw. The airport in Dublin was another exciting place, so when Sean got on the plane, cozy in Leon's pocket, he was tired and fell asleep. He didn't wake up until the plane landed in Madrid. As they waited for the cases to appear on the luggage carousel, Leon started to talk to Sean. Auntie Elisa saw this and asked him if he had an invisible friend. Leon told her he had, and that his friend's name was Sean, and he was a leprechaun. She was delighted, and she said they would introduce him to Granda Alfonso when they got home. Leon, do you have an invisible friend? Yes, and his name is Sean. He's a leprechaun. In Auntie Elisa's car, Sean sat on Leon's shoulder to better see the streets, cars and people. He looked at the cloudless blue sky and asked Leon were there any rainbows for his crock of gold. Leon told him not to worry, as there were some near his house. When they got near the apartment, which was in a street near a big shopping centre called the Vaguada, Sean was thrilled. He started to jump up and down on Leon's shoulders and yelling as he pointed with his finger. Look, Leon, a rainbow! And another one! And another one! And another one! Auntie, look, a rainbow! The aunt answered, No, Leon, that's not a rainbow. It is la puerta de ilustración. Don't you remember? It's right in front of our balcony. Yes, Auntie, but Sean says we're going to paint it the colours of the rainbow. Aunt Elisa asked, But why are you going to paint it? So Sean can hide his crock of gold at the end of it. All right, but I must say you have great imagination, Leon. Look, there's the apartment. We're nearly home. Grandad opened the door. He was a real dandy, dressed elegantly in a velvet blue waistcoat and a lighter blue shirt. The walking stick he was leaning on had a swan head hilt. He was smiling, but Witchy, the black cat with the yellow eyes, snorted and bristled. Grandad wondered what was wrong with her. Sean was looking at the grandfather's boot and asked Leon why it was so big. What's wrong with Witchy? Why does Grandad have a big boot? That's why. She can see me and hear me. Cool. I need a gold coin from my crock. What for? Sean was looking at the hissing cat with the hair on its back as stiff as a hedgehog's. They're magic with special powder inside. When I sprinkle it on the cat, she'll be able to speak and she can come with us tonight and help paint the arches. Cool, Witchy's gonna be part of our gang. What nonsense. I don't want to walk the arches. I want to sleep. We're not going to walk. We're going to fly on Grandad Alfonso's cane when Auntie Elisa is asleep. Leon was delighted with Sean's idea. What fun! He exclaimed, while Witchy was annoyed and headed off to her bed in the balcony with a cross look on her face, muttering, Whatever. Leon had his dinner and went to bed wearing his blue duck-patterned pyjamas. Sean also put on his, which had pictures of bees, and slept next to Leon. When it got dark, they got up quietly and took Grandad's cane. Sean opened one of the coins and sprinkled the magic powder on the walking stick and said, Yalla! The cane turned into a swan. The three of them, carrying cans of paint and brushes, got to the swan. They flew to where the Puerta de Ilustración was. Sean and Leon climbed to the top of the arches, where they opened the cans and began painting. Leon dipped his brush into the pot of purple. Sean moved to the next arch and started to splash orange paint on it. Witchy used her tail as a brush and began to paint the third arch yellow. The swan got bored looking at the other three enjoying themselves, so she dipped her wing into the green paint pot and joined in the fun. When they finished, Witchy saw her paws stained with splashes of paint. To annoy and dirty the other three, she took a brush and shook it, and paint splattered onto the others. This is how the Battle of the Vaguada started, with the four of them splashing each other with different colours. It was great fun messing and smudging one another with the paint. They flew home on the swan's back, covered in paint, but happy. As soon as they saw Witchy's basket on the balcony, They fell exhausted into it. Their eyes closed, and in a second they were sound asleep. The next morning, Grandad Alfonso asked, "Where is my cane? I can't see it." This made the leprechaun wake up, who straightway shook the swan awake. Sean grabbed one of his gold coins and blew the powder on the feathers of the bird.
Shillelagh, shillelagh.
The swan turned back into a cane again. Aunt Elisa had gone to Leon's room to wake him. She called Alfonso, who was her father. "Dad, where is Leon?" "Oh, look, he's there on the balcony. But what has happened to him and to Witchy? Can you see them? They are covered in paint." The two of them were sound asleep in Witchy's basket, with splashes of red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. "I don't know, Dad," said Aunt Elisa, looking out the window surprised. Then she became more surprised. "Why are the arches painted the colours of the rainbow, Dad?" She asked her father as she picked up Leon and Witchy from the basket. Her father just scratched his head, amazed at what he was seeing. Leon and Witchy slept soundly, not even waking up when Aunt Elisa washed the paint off and carried them to Leon's bedroom. There, the three of them dreamed of all the exciting adventures they would have in Madrid during the following weeks.